No matter how dull your scissors are, don't throw them away. I'll show you a simple trick. Apply some toothpaste, and they'll be as sharp as new in no time. In my last video, I shared some simple ways to sharpen scissors, and many of you loved it. Quite a few even commented that you still have old pairs lying around, too rusty or blunt to cut paper smoothly, and it feels like such a waste. That's exactly why today I'm back with 2 more quick and surprising tricks, using only everyday items you already have at home, like toothpaste. No whetstone, no complicated tools needed. With just a few easy steps, your dull scissors will turn shiny, sharp, and smooth again, almost like new. Stick with me until the end, because these 2 methods are both practical and unexpectedly familiar. Method 1. Sharpening scissors with toothpaste and the bottom of a bowl. In every family, scissors are an indispensable item, from cutting paper, opening packages, to preparing food. However, after a period of use, scissors often become dull, rusty, or greasy, making cutting no longer as smooth as before. Instead of having to throw them away or bring them to a shop to be sharpened, you can completely restore the sharpness of the scissors right at home, with only familiar things such as toothpaste and a porcelain bowl. Toothpaste is not only used to clean teeth, but also contains silver coating agents and surfactants. These 2 components have the ability to increase friction during the sharpening process, while at the same time cleaning dirt, grease, and stains on the metal surface. Thanks to that, toothpaste becomes a wonderful aid that makes the scissor blades shiny and sharp again. First, I just need to squeeze a sufficient amount of toothpaste onto the body of the scissors. Then, using a clean tissue, spread it evenly over all 4 sides of the scissors, noting not to use your hands directly to avoid scratching the skin. After the toothpaste has been applied completely, leave the scissors as they are for about 2 minutes. This short period of time allows the active ingredients in the toothpaste to soak in evenly, soften the stains, and support the sharpening process to be more effective. The next step, instead of having to use a specialized whetstone, we can take advantage of the bottom of a porcelain bowl. Surely you have noticed that the bottom part of a bowl usually has a slightly rough surface, not the glossy glazed finish like the inside. This very surface can function similarly to a sharpening stone, helping the scissor blades get sharpened. To increase effectiveness, I can sprinkle a little salt and add a few drops of white vinegar around the bottom of the bowl. The mixture of salt and vinegar not only increases friction, but also softens rust stains, making the sharpening process faster and cleaner. Now comes the important step, sharpening the scissors. First, it is necessary to clearly understand the structure of scissors. The blades have 4 surfaces, but not all of them need sharpening. Only the sharp edge, the part that is beveled, actually determines the sharpness. Therefore, when placing the scissors on the bottom of the bowl, make sure to find the correct sharpening angle between 30 degrees and 60 degrees, so that the entire blade makes full contact with the surface of the bowl. If the angle is incorrect, the sharpening will not be effective and can even make the scissors become duller. When sharpening, push the scissors in only one direction, absolutely not back and forth. Moving in both directions can cause uneven wear, damaging the blade, or losing the proper cutting angle. The sharpening can be repeated about 30 to 40 times on each side. After sharpening the 2 main edges, switch to the other 2 surfaces to readjust the cutting angle and remove the curled metal burrs formed during sharpening. This is the step that ensures the scissors are not only sharp, but also durable for a longer time. When finished, take a clean tissue to wipe off the remaining toothpaste and rinse with water if necessary. After that, the sharpness can be tested immediately by cutting a piece of tissue paper or a thin plastic bag. The result will surely surprise you. The scissors become sharp, cutting neatly and smoothly, just like new. The wonderful thing is that the whole process only takes a few minutes and does not cost anything. You do not need to buy a whetstone or take the scissors to a shop, but can sharpen the scissors at home anytime when needed. The method is both convenient and economical, and safe if you handle it correctly. If you find this little tip useful, please leave a like, share it with friends, and remember to follow so I can continue to send you many simple but effective family care tips right at home. Method 2. Sharpening scissors with toothpaste and a battery shell. Besides the way of using the bottom of a bowl, you can completely take advantage of an unexpected item, that is, combining toothpaste and an old battery shell. With this method, you can completely restore the sharpness of scissors that seemed useless. First, also apply toothpaste to the 4 surfaces of the scissors, like in the previous way, then wait for 2 minutes. While waiting, we prepare the secret, which is the old battery shell. You just need to take one used battery, then use a utility knife to gently peel off the outer casing. This is a hard surface with slight roughness, which can be completely used as a tool to sharpen scissors. However, pay important attention. Do not sharpen directly into the battery core, and also do not use too much force, because the battery contains chemicals that may be harmful. We only use the outer metal shell that has been cleaned to sharpen. When the tool is already in hand, place the battery shell between the 2 blades of the scissors, then start the sharpening process. The important thing is to keep the correct small bevel angle of about 45 degrees. This is the main sharp edge of the scissor blade. Just move evenly, sharpening in one single direction, about 30 to 40 times on each side. Note, absolutely do not sharpen the flat surface or the large bevel edge, because those parts are not the cutting surface. Sharpening them will only make the scissors get damaged faster. During the sharpening process, you also should not use too much force. Instead of pressing strongly, let the natural friction between the battery shell and the scissor blade work effectively. This is both safe and helps the blade be sharpened more evenly and accurately. When it is completed, use a clean tissue to wipe off all the remaining toothpaste. To be certain, you can rinse the scissors with water and then dry them. After that, try cutting a thin piece of paper or a plastic bag. You will see that the scissors, once dull enough to be thrown away, have now become sharp, cutting neatly and smoothly after just a few minutes of simple steps. The notable point is that the entire process almost does not incur any expense. With just a small amount of toothpaste and an old battery shell, we have successfully revived an old pair of scissors instead of throwing them away. This is not only a way to save money, but also helps reduce waste and is friendly to the environment. Therefore, if in your home there are scissors being left aside because they are too dull, Try this method immediately. It is both easy to do and effective, and also brings an interesting feeling when, with your own hands, you can magically turn old scissors into new ones. If the scissors are sharp, but their appearance is rusty, then doesn't it look exactly like a pair of scissors to be thrown away? These rust stains are caused by being unused for a long time, or by getting moisture on them. But there is no need to worry, because in the previous video, I already instructed it very clearly in detail. After that video, many viewers tried it and gave feedback that was extremely satisfying. I will put the link to the video that guides how to deal with rust stains in the description of today's video. You can scroll down to see the details. So with just very simple steps, the old scissors that seemed like they had to be thrown away have now become sharp and shiny like new, even more durable after the rust layer has been completely removed. Really surprising, isn't it? With this little tip, you can completely handle it yourself right at home without needing to spend money to buy new scissors or take them to a sharpening shop. If you have tried applying it, please leave a comment to share your feelings, or suggest more interesting ideas that you want me to carry out in the next videos. Don't forget to press like, share, and follow the channel, so as not to miss useful tips that make family life become tidier, more economical, and more convenient every day.